Benitez, only 21. Seems like Wilfred, as I told you, started at 14, has been fighting forever. Ray Leonard, who hasn't faced the caliber of opponent on balance that Wilfred Benitez has. But in his most recent fights, especially when he KO'd Andy Price in the very first round, a man who had beaten Cuevas and Palomino, he started gaining respect. Wilfred Benitez, as he is trying to psych out Sugar Ray Leonard. He failed to appear at the weigh-in. Dundee had his fighter go ahead with the weigh-in. Benitez was weighed in later. This is a wild scene. Look at it. One really has to wonder how in the world they made Benitez such an underdog.
The officials assigned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for the next bout of the evening. The judges are Art Lurie, Harry Gibbs, and Ray Solis. The referee is Carlos Padilla. This is a 15-round contest for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Introducing in the blue corner, fighting out of Palmer Park, Maryland, undefeated in 25 professional fights, a very popular Sugar Ray Leonard. And in the red corner, the WBC Welterweight Champion. He fights out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 144 1/2 pounds, the very popular Wilfred Benitez. 15 rounds of boxing.
Well, we're about ready for the start of this fight that has captured in anticipation the imagination of this country's sports fans, because I guess primarily of that young man, but this young man is a great fighter. He fights at the level of the game, according to how good the opponent is. The action begins in round one. Leonard's body rangier than Benitez. Benitez stockier, especially through the midriff and up at the shoulders. And in the thighs, too, for that matter. First round action. And they are both very wary, to be expected. In Ray Leonard's corner, Dundee, Dave Jacobs, Shanks Morton. And in Benitez's corner, Gregorio Benitez, the father, who said for $200,000 in a recent magazine piece he wouldn't sit in his son's corner, criticized his son for not training. I'll tell you, Benitez is short trained for this one. He has never been in such superb condition. The key to this fight, from Leonard's point of view, is the left jab that you just saw, keeping it in Benitez's face. Right there, he scored again. But you must be so careful with Benitez. His counter-punching ability is superb. First round action. Go in the round. Benitez and Leonard. The first evidence there of Benitez counterpunching. Leonard with the apparently stronger punch. Most ringside experts are agreed on that. Benitez out of action the past 7 months. Some figure that may hurt him. The end of the round at hand.
When I looked at Datsun 280ZX and Porsche 924, I also looked at this new Mazda RX-7, and that's all it took.
Just one look, that's all it took. Yeah, just one look, that's all it took.
You get a lot of refined sports car with the Mazda RX-7. You also get great mileage, and you get it all at a price that'll really make you look twice.
Yeah, the more you look, hey, the more you like.
This bud's for every man who works with fire and steel.
This bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this bud's for you.
Back live, round 2, just getting underway. Shinberg Dundee talking to Sugar Ray Leonard. The corner just above me between rounds. Don't let that bum stare you down. Let him have it back. You'll stiffen him. You'll stiffen him with the left hook off the jab. But that's Dundee talking. Leonard's manager. A different story in the other corner, of course. The referee is Carlos Padilla, internationally famous. Refereed the Thriller in Manila. Has no voice in the scoring. 10-point must system of scoring. The 3 judges, Art Lurie here of Nevada, Harry Gibbs of England, and Ray Solis of Mexico. They're the ones who score the fight. Mandatory 8 count. Knockdowns, no standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule waived. And so we go. Nuts and bolts of the match. The ring, 19-6 by 19-6. Good-sized ring. We have already been through 2 exceptional fights. Nino Angiafermo with a late rally, earning a draw against Marvin Hagler and thus retaining his championship, middleweight champion of the world, both WBA and WBC versions. Then, of course, we watch these fighters. Harold Johnson, 11th round TKO. Marvin Johnson, 11th round TKO of Victor Galindez, who quite frankly showed little movement throughout the fight and fought much of the fight against the ropes. Johnson trained at Fort Bragg, looked just terrific. Now back to this second round action. And the fighters continue well. Sugar Ray Leonard in the light trunks. Wilfred Benitez in the dark. Benitez won the title January 14th of this year in San Juan, Puerto Rico, a fight we did. He's won it decisively. Brilliant strategist that day. This is where, right now they're in ring center, but when you have Benitez against the ropes, that's the time to be wary of him. It's what happened to Palomino. Crowd mistook a slip by Benitez, but there was a left hand in there.
Bruce Jenner for the Minolta XG1.
The Minolta XG1 35mm is so automatic, I can keep taking pictures while my friend Jeff kicks the ball from sunlight to shadow. The XG1 changes the exposure not just automatically, but continuously. Minolta's continuous automatic exposure system helps give you pictures you never thought you could take at a price you never thought you could afford. The Minolta XG1, the automatic choice in automatic cameras.
Sears brightens your holidays with super values like this Kenmore dishwasher at a $50 savings. Has pots and pan cycle, power miser, and water miser. Now $269.95. And save $40 on Sears' best automatic garage door opener with digital control for convenience and security. Now $159.99. And Sears can arrange professional installation of these holiday gifts. Sears, where America shops for value.
Round 3. Benitez to the right, he is green. Leonard to the left. WBC World Welterweight title at stake. Benitez, the defending champion. First 2 rounds, cautious, fighting. Any edge seemed to have gone in those rounds to Sugar Ray Leonard. Third man in the ring, Carlos Padilla, veteran referee, has worked some of the victims. Remember, the left jab, the key from Leonard's point of view. Leonard's hand and foot speed, sometimes dazzling. But Benitez beginning to throw his own left in this round. Third round action. All the marbles, as Ray is wont to say. Benitez's jab is not what you would call slow by a long shot. But as he throws his left, he has a tendency, Benitez, to dip his head. And that's where I think with a minute to go in the third round, you'll see Leonard's fight strategy emerge with the uppercuts. Leonard, again, the swiftness of the hands. As great a fighter as Benitez is, he has not met any fighter with this young man's speed of hands and feet. That's what he's going to have to learn to cope with. Because if he gets Leonard against the ropes, right there, a quick left, astonishingly. And Benitez unhappy with himself. It came from nowhere. Mandatory 8 count, a smile from Benitez. He doesn't seem hurt. We're coming close to the end of the round. Just stunned, kind of sheepish over falling prey to that left.
Holidays were made for Michelob. Holidays were made for special friends.
What better beer than Michelob for the holiday season? Special enough to make the right impression, friendly enough to show you care. No wonder Michelob has become a holiday tradition.
Holidays were made for Michelob.
You're about to see an incredible demonstration of the new American Eagle. Watch as we blow not just one, but both front tires of the Eagle at 55 miles per hour on a curve. Watch as Eagle's automatic 4-wheel drive directs power for immediate traction. Introducing the only family compact with automatic 4-wheel drive. The Eagle has landed on all fours at American Motors.
Back live, Caesar's Palace, Sports Pavilion. 4th round underway. 1 knockdown, the 3rd round. A quick, short, left by Sugar Ray Leonard. Flooring Benitez, embarrassing. He tried to laugh and stare it off. You saw that just at the end of the round before the commercial break. But when he got back to his corner, there was blood coming from the mouth. So now the champion knows that Leonard is for real. expressed intense concentration about Leonard in this fight and has been before it. He had taken to some degree to posturing within the ring. He had become kind of brash in his statements, a la Ali, but not before this fight. A change of attitude. Fourth round action. Again, that quick left of Leonard's getting in there. Leonard, with quicker hands, getting the better of the exchange. I was saying at the beginning, Leonard's left the key from his point of view. It is still a very young fight. He's also saying when he's against the ropes, he won't do what Palomino did, stay in front of Benitez. He learned lateral movement at Montreal from great coaches like Sarge Johnson and Pat Nappy. You saw the Benitez right. Minute left in the fourth round. Caution, because Ray had half slung Benitez's body. This fight, in the interest and anticipation that surrounded it, harken back to the old days of boxing, as the two go at it in a brisk exchange. When the lighter-weight classifications captured people. The days of the Canzonares and the Rosses and the McLaughlins and so many other great ones. Sugar Ray Robinson, Carmen Basilio, LaMotta.
Today's your brute day.
Today you've got a running start. You're a man who feels the part.
It's your lucky brute day today.
All the signs look good today, and everything seems to go your way.
Today's your brute day.
You can feel your luck running hot.
Today's your brute day.
With Brute, you'll give it your best shot.
Today's your brute day. It's your lucky brute day.
Make every day your Brute day with Brute by Fabergé.
Today.
I'd like to talk to you about the Sony Betamax and an incredible feature called Beta Scan. I'm Tom Williams Sr., and if you know tennis, you know my son. Here's a cassette of his last championship match. Beta Scan lets me go fast forward and reverse, so I can skip the boring stuff like this long rally and stop when I come to the real exciting parts, like Tom Jr. here dashing onto the court to pick up the ball. Isn't Betamax terrific? It lets you see what you've been missing and miss what you don't want to see. It's from Sony, the one and only.
The bell has just sounded for round 5. The right nostril of Benitez worked on between rounds. Blood from it. It had been bloodied a couple of weeks ago in training by a sparring partner. May have been rendered vulnerable. Leonard's left has been working effectively. Fans in the arena who are from Puerto Rico are just rooting for Benitez, chanting for Benitez. Savannah, the fans earlier were chanting for Vito Antuofermo. Still fight with caution. Goes down to the belly, or tries to. They have Leonard camp has been intensely studying films of Benitez's fights over the recent weeks, of course. And likewise, Benitez has been studying Leonard. hand with his left. Throwing it, but not landing with it. Not often, anyway. We have had one knockdown, the flash knockdown in the third round. That, I think, embarrassed Wilfred more than hurt him. Benitez fighting better in this round. Using his left.
This bud's for everyone who helps put food on the table.
This bud's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this bud's for you.
$300.
America's waking up to Chrysler Plymouth.
Chrysler's $300 offer has Americans looking at the new Chryslers and Plymouths and buying.
The $300 got me to look at it, but the Cordova sold itself.
The $300 really clinched the deal on my Volare.
Get a car, get a check, direct from Chrysler. But hurry, this offer's limited to 100,000 Chrysler Corporation buyers.
Waking up to Chrysler Plymouth.
At participating dealers.
Sixth round action beginning. Wilfred Benitez now with an almost constant sneer or leer on his face, but giving the impression of coming on in the fourth round. His own left beginning to work. Looks longer in its action than Leonard's. Apparently lost none of his confidence when he suffered that flash knockdown in the third round from a Leonard left. He's a very cautious Ray Leonard, as you can see. He's having trouble getting past Benitez's left, Leonard is. That's his problem right now. To go in this round. Now, what Benitez has to be cautious about is a Leonard flurry from nowhere. When those dazzlingly quick hands suddenly deliver 7, 8, maybe 10 unanswered blows. Right now, and last round, Leonard not able to mount an offense against the left of Benitez. Go in the round. This fight go the distance. That was a good left by Leonard. You saw the Benitez attempted a counterpunch, which only glanced. Leonard has never gone past 10 rounds. Keep that in mind. Benitez has a cut. He has a severe cut. Look at this. The two touch gloves. Continues. There is also blood from Benitez's mouth. The inside of his mouth. Leonard's hands. Now let's follow the treatment of Wilfred over in his corner. Look at that. God, isn't it? Constant smile. Don't know whether that came from a butt or not. Probably from the butt. Let's see if we can pick up the butt. There it was, the meeting of the heads. Common practice in television these days to say what great work as an unmarked Leonard appears by your director, by your cameraman. We don't have to indulge in that self-serving praise. 7th round action underway. Blood flowing again from Benitez's forehead. Terribly dangerous when that happens because clearly it can endanger the vision. The blood pouring down, quite possibly into the eyes. And then, of course, the blood within the mouth is a problem because it endangers breathing. That blood is coming right now down the bridge of the nose, and the nose itself, and into the mouth. It'd be a shame if the fight ended on the basis of a butt, the two heads meeting, as you saw. And Benitez senses that he's got to strike, and strike quickly. In trying to do so, he could very well leave himself open. Now, of course, you know the butt rule. If this fight were to be stopped because of that butt, the fighter ahead in the scoring at the time of the stoppage wins the fight. Technical term is winner by technical decision. This is the 7th round. Lead suddenly, a frequent tactic of Leonard's. Leonard now beginning to throw more left. The 4th and the 5th, he had grown either very wary or was pacing himself, or Benitez was making him look back. 7th round action. Such a beautiful counterpuncher, that Benitez. As quickly as he receives a blow, he somehow seems to be able to get back in there. Right now, he's in deep trouble. His eyes are squinting. The blood flowing in from the forehead.
We're coming in for pizza. We're coming in for good. We're coming in to Pizza Hut. We're coming in for good.
The Pizza Hut Supreme, a special pizza with 5, count 'em, 5 toppings. Supremely good.
We're coming in to Pizza Hut. We're coming in for good.
We're not exactly alike. I'm wearing JCPenney plain pockets jeans, and I'm wearing the world's best-selling jeans. My jeans are made of tough, heavy denim with good looks and great styling. And mine have this fancy stitching on the back pocket.
But plain pockets only cost you $12.
JCPenney plain pockets. The big difference between us and them is the pocket and the price. I'll buy lunch.
Back back live in Las Vegas. The bell for round 8 is a measure of Sugar Ray Leonard's respect for Wilfred Benitez. That Benitez hampered throughout the last round by the flow of blood from the butt, which he received in an earlier round. Despite being so hampered, Leonard is still not throwing caution to the winds. Saw what Benitez just did. He stuck his tongue out. I don't know what purpose really that serves. Interestingly, there are fans screaming, "Pick it up, Ray." I think Leonard is following his corner's instructions. We're a minute into round 8. That Leonard right got in there. And it stung. The blood opened again in the forehead. Cut from the butt. We'd like to alert our local stations along the line that at the end of this round, we will be taking a station break. Right now, look at that left of Benitez's that has, in a sense, kept Leonard at bay. But yet, 20 seconds ago, Leonard with his own flurry. Benitez's corner seems to have helped that forehead somewhat. It's not screaming down the way it did in the last round. Jacobs is screaming at Leonard to pick up the pace now. You see the countdown in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Just saw. Well, we'll get to it later. We'll return with more boxing action after this from our local stations.
Everything you ever knew about snowmobiles is about to change forever. For this is the year that the Skidoo snowmobile will go beyond anything you've ever imagined. #1 selling snowmobile. Now the world's #1 way. Go do it.
Maybe someday, all watches will be made with the incredible slimness, the incredible accuracy of the new Seiko ultra-thin dress quartz collection for men. There are thinner-than-ever calendar styles with rich bracelets and slim classic looks with elegant leather straps. Today, these extraordinary quartz watches are made by Seiko. Maybe someday, all watches will be made this way.
Seiko watches available at Goodman Jewelers.
We're back live. This is round 9. It has been a fight without the excitement I expected, quite frankly, because it's been too warily fought. There has been one unfortunate butt suffered by Benitez that caused a heavy flow of blood. At the moment, that flow has been stilled. There has been one knockdown. That, a flash knockdown from a quick, sharp left by Leonard against Benitez. It was in the 3rd round. Probably expected Leonard to do a lot more punching, to throw a lot more of his dazzling flurries. But you don't do that against a fighter like Benitez. You've got to be careful. You can leave yourself too open, especially when the champion is one of the best of all counter punchers. The blood is flowing again from Benitez's head. This is 9th round action. Right there, Benitez with a counter right. Benitez getting to Leonard there. Doesn't seem to me that Leonard has taken advantage, as he might have, of that flow of blood in Benitez's head. Now Leonard did something that I wondered about earlier. He went down to the belly. And sure enough, Dave Jacobs leaps to his feet and says, go to the body. But Benitez is scoring in this one. He may have Sugar Ray in trouble. Yes, indeed, he does. This is a fighter, this Benitez. Too much overlooked. John McPhee's great book, Levels of the Game. He wrote about Arthur Ashe and Clark Gravener in tennis. A good right by Leonard. And suddenly Benitez was hurt. Tried to laugh it off, but he was hurt. So that came from nowhere. Well, the point I was making is Benitez fights according to the level of the game. Ray using the right lead. They're not breaking for a commercial. They're going into Sugar Ray Leonard's corner because briefly he seemed to me to be in a bit of trouble. All right, now let's look at some of that action in slow motion. The blood on Leonard's pants, of course, Benitez's blood. Leonard apparently unmarked. See that left of Benitez getting in there, but suddenly rebounding, that right stung Benitez. He laughed it off, or tried to, and he still is. He still is. Interesting study in human psychology is... We are now awaiting the start of the 10th round. In the last minute of that round, maybe 50 seconds, Leonard started to throw leather. Let's see if he can keep it up. But remember, Benitez's own left has been very effective in keeping Leonard at bay in this fight. 10th round action. The corner is doing an effective job in stilling that flow of blood between rounds from Benitez's forehead. And there was Benitez scoring well with his left. And again, Ray's going to have to figure that out from his point of view. That hurt. That right of Leonard's hurt Benitez. Now the right is becoming more effective. We had felt that Leonard's left would be the key, and now he's fighting smarter. He's going down to the belly. As you see, Benitez's counterpunching. You can't stay in front of him. You've got to be a moving target. Otherwise, Benitez will kill you with that counterpunching. People forget about Leonard is because not that much is really known about amateur boxing. Many of the fighters he beat at Montreal would be, in the American sense, professional fighters. And when you beat a Valery Lemasov, the great southpaw from the Soviet, then Ulrich Bayer, the great veteran of East Germany, and finally an Andres Aldama of Cuba, you have beaten some very, very fine fighters and garnered an experience that you can't measure. Now Ray having a little fun, threatening the bolo punch. Blood pouring out again from Benitez's forehead. To the end of the 10th round.
A Toyota feeling. It takes more than good looks to come out on top. The Toyota four-wheel drive truck, a son of a Land Cruiser. Not just stylish to be seen in high places.
Thank you, Jimmy.
But powerful enough to get you there and economical enough to afford the trip.
Morning, Judge.
The Toyota four-wheel drive truck. Drive it today, and you be the judge.
You know, words are confusing. In bowling, a strike is good. In baseball, it's terrible.
That's right,
Take the word natural as in natural light beer. It means just one thing. This brew is beer with nothing artificial. It has only natural ingredients with lots of barley malt for a fuller taste and a less filling beer.
You better believe it.
Tastes natural light. The difference is what we put in and don't put in.
Sure, natural light tastes great, and you can open the top without disremembering the can.
Round 11. Sugar Ray Leonard has never gone past the 10th round before. Benitez has. 5 times Benitez has had to go 15 rounds. That was hurt. I mean, Benitez was hurt. He continues to laugh it off, at least try to, but he was hurt. Dundee is yelling, you got him. Go after him, you got him. Baby. Dave Jacobs is yelling, dig to the body, to the side. Everybody has advice, but it's not the critic, it's the man in the arena. This is the 11th round, and Leonard quickly established the flow of it with a right that shocked Benitez. Doubled him up. Benitez grows a little wild and senses that he must do something, and do it quickly. Seeking to measure him, still being careful, deliver to right and quickly covered up, not wanting to leave himself open to that Benitez counterpunching technique. One man, 21, but with the knowledge of a man of 30 in boxing, that's Benitez. The other, 23, but with a far greater knowledge than he was given credit for. And Benitez staggered a bit, hurt a bit again. And Dave Jacobs up to his feet, the mouthpiece out. Leonard trying to polish Benitez off. And there is pain in Benitez's eyes. You can tell when a fighter is hurt. When you've been on the beat a lot of years and you're properly positioned at ringside, you can tell. And there is pain in Benitez's face. And Leonard trying to put him away. That was Dave Jacobs banging on the ring apron, screaming to the body. But the great professional that Benitez is comes back with his own counter punches. These two men are professionals in the purest sense of the word. It is a lesson in boxing skills to see these two men. And Benitez got up to the head and caught Leonard, but did not hurt him. Benitez is now out of trouble.
Know what you're getting me for Christmas?
Yep.
Got a motor?
Yep.
Bucket seats?
No seats.
You stand up in it?
Nobody ever has.
Give me a hint.
Well, you press a button and it gives you a prize.
You got me a gumball machine.
It's a lot of fun for everybody. It's the simplest world.
It's got a motor. You press a button. It's the simplest one in the world. You didn't.
It's one step.
But you get those free.
When you eat a hamburger outside the restaurant, there are two things you should remember.
Hot and juicy, hot and juicy.
Wendy's starts you out with hamburgers hot off the grill, never pre-cooked or warmed over.
Hot and juicy, hot and juicy, hot and juicy.
And Wendy's super fast pickup window speeds you off in no time at all.
The bell for round 12. We're at ringside live in the Sports Pavilion, Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. The 11th round was a big round for Leonard. He devastated Benitez, had him hurt. There was agony etched in his face, but Benitez, the great professional, fought out of it, and by the end of the round was out of trouble. Too many people, I think, giving Leonard too much advice from the corner. Dundee telling him to go to the head. Jacobs telling him to go to the belly. You do nothing but confuse your own fighter that way. 12th round action. Oh, to the stomach, and that is hurting Benitez. Again, that left to the belly. That's the way not only to drain the strength out of a fighter with blows like that. There's Benitez with those quick left jabs, hanging in there. Flow of blood from the butt back in the 6th round, temporarily stilled again. But Leonard is now going to the midriff. In the two earlier fights, what a fight that Antifermo fight was against Hagler. For the late rally, Antifermo got a draw, thus returning his middleweight crown. And then in New Orleans, a brilliantly trained Marvin Johnson scored a TKO over Victor Galindez. Didn't seem, quite frankly, like the old Galindez, taking nothing away from Johnson. TKO, Johnson, the new WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, and now this. One knockdown in the fight by Leonard against Benitez. 3rd round, a flash left. Embarrassed Benitez more than it hurt him. Less than a minute to go in the 12th round. Didn't take away Wilfred's confidence, but his confidence was gone last round. Leonard really took him apart. You can see to the end of round 12. So Leonard has now gone 12 rounds for the first time, or almost so. A right by Benitez, his own right lead that caught Leonard.
Some light beers don't list all their ingredients, but Natural Light lists what's in here. This less filling beer has a fuller taste. It's all natural with lots of barley malt.
Oh, you can call it barley malt, and you can call it grain, or you can call it choicest hops. That's why Natural Light's its name.
Sure, if they added anything artificial, they wouldn't call it natural.
Taste Natural Light. The difference is what we put in and don't put in.
Here you are, Mr. Johnson. No. Now she can call me Johnson.
More super values from Sears. You could buy either one of these Sears compact stereos because each is on sale for just $149.95. Or you could buy one because it's got an AM/FM receiver, a cassette or 8-track player recorder, a record changer, and 2 speakers. But the best reason...
Merry Christmas, Kathy.
Sears.
shops for value.
Back live in Las Vegas. Round 13 coming up. Benitez continues in that odd way to smile, flashing the mouthpiece, which was knocked out of his mouth back in the 11th round when Leonard put on that devastating and dazzling display. Remember, you are watching two exceptionally talented fighters. They understand defense. They understand how to slip punches. They know how to use a ring. Good left in that exchange by Leonard. Benitez tasted that flash left, I called it, in the 3rd round when he was floored for the only knockdown in the fight. That was a dangerous tactic by Benitez. He was briefly staggered again. Left himself open as he dropped his left for the Leonard right. Leonard drawing the measure. Round 13. Benitez beckoning him on. But now this is what, well, Leonard has to be careful because it's when he's against the ropes that Benitez can be devastating, as he proved against Palomino in the 7th round of that bout last January 14th. Leonard up with the left and scoring heavily. Leonard 20 and counting down in this, the 13th round. Said to him between rounds, don't go to sleep on us, don't go to sleep on us. But at the same time, you don't want to throw caution to the winds. See that overhand chopping right? That's a very effective blow now in the later rounds by Leonard against Benitez. Now we're counting down toward the end of this, the 13th round. And Benitez's left, look at it, is being kept lower and lower as fatigue begins to overtake him. Watch his left. You see, it's down there. And Leonard can come over that with the right. Coming to the end of the round. That was a good left there.
Yeah! Chrysler's $300 offer has Americans saying yes to the 1980 Dodge cars and trucks.
We love our Aspen. Everything about it is great.
I got a Dodge van and $300. Get a car or truck, get a check direct from Chrysler. But hurry, this offer's limited to 100,000 Chrysler Corporation buyers.
Yes to Dodge!
At participating dealers.
On the night before Christmas, I did last-minute shopping, ran home, got dressed, then went party hopping. I don't think I can face the day.
But fast relief is on the way. Hey, deck the halls with plop, plop, fizz, fizz, fa la 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 la, la la la. Don't let an upset stomach and headache turn you into a Scrooge. Take Alka-Seltzer, the sound of fast relief. Oh, what a relief it is. Fa la 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 la, la la la.
14, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. WBC World Welterweight title at stake. Ray Leonard to the left, Benitez to the right. Now with the back growingly tortured. Appropriate time zones, the local news will be coming up right after this fight. Between rounds, Leonard's corner. Keep going to the belly. That's where you've weakened. We'll be going to Leonard's corner at the end of this round. Benitez to come gamely, intelligently, victimized by a butt that caused a heavy flow of blood from the forehead, down, sometimes into the eyes, sometimes into the mouth. Telling you again, there has been one knockdown, and now Leonard's beginning to open it up a little bit. Benitez throwing that left ceaselessly, but as you see, it doesn't have the distance. It's not scoring. Leonard trying to pick his spots. He had never gone past 10 before. He is now into the 14th and shows no sign of fatigue, or little, if any. Sharp, caught Leonard. There's Leonard with his flurry, and you see again the blood beginning to flow down the forehead of Benitez. There's Leonard with the flurry to the belly. I believe Dave Jacobs was right. He was the one who kept telling Ray, go to his belly, as Ray did again there. And there is a desperation now in Benitez, trying to get through, trying to score. But Wilfred, the brilliant boxer, that hurt Leonard. He hurt him. Hurt him with a shot to the belly. That's what I mean. Great professional as we go into Leonard's corner. You can't ever count Benitez out. So not a notable knockout puncher.
This fight is very, very close. You got to fight like an animal. Don't back up. Take it to him. Stand me. You got to win this last round. We need this. You got to take it. Look like the winner. Push him back. Right, thank you. Understand? Go to work.
All right, there's Benitez. Angelo just told his fighter it's a close fight. I don't really see the scoring that way. I've known Angie, though, for 30 years, and that's the way he likes his fighter to fight 3 minutes of the last round. That's the way he exhausts his fight. Remember Kenny Norton's mistake in the third fight against Ali? He didn't fight the full 3 minutes. Dundee was telling Leonard, you got to keep after him. He's fighting you close. Push him back and keep after him. 15th and final round. Benitez on his toes, trying to show movement, but Benitez caught with a left. And immediately the flow of blood again from the forehead. And Leonard starts to open up. And it's Benitez whose head went down into the other fighter's shoulder and who held on. 15th and final round. Seconds into it. That chopping right of Leonard's did not score well then. It has, though, throughout the fight on a number of occasions. Benitez trying the counterpunch, fight back, but doesn't figure at this point to be too effective. It's only the first time he threw an uppercut that I thought we'd see much more of throughout the fight. Benitez trying to come on now. Benitez smart. Benitez with a good left. Earlier it caught Leonard with a right. And Leonard felt it. We're down to the minute 20 area remaining in the fight. Two great young professional fighters. can go 15 rounds. And there's got to be a winner. There's got to be a loser. But these young men are fighters. He got him down again. It seemed almost inevitable. Look at him. Rubbery legs, wobbling, looking at the crowd, showing the mouthpiece. All right, let him do it. It doesn't dilute the courage he's shown or the skills he's shown. Maybe now they won't call Sugar Ray Leonard a hype. There it is. He stopped the fight. He stopped the fight. And there is a new world welterweight champion. He comes from Palmer Park, Maryland. His name is Ray Leonard. Doesn't that shot matter to you? Tears of joy from Leonard and absolute grace from Wilfred Benitez. Don't forget, tonight and every night, as long as the situation in Iran remains critical, ABC News will bring you a special report immediately following your local news. There's the graphic. All right, here we've got Sugar Ray Leonard, the new WBC World Welterweight Champion, coming down. We've got to move very quickly, Ray, but right there is the camera. First, congratulations. Second, express your respect for Benitez.
Oh, Howard, I felt that he's a great champion. I knew he had a lot of experience, but I wanted the belt so bad. I'd like to take this time to thank all sponsors of Sugar Ray Leonard. I'd like to extend a special prayer and console to the family of Mr. Willie Classic.
Did he ever hurt you?
Yes, he had a good left hook. One time we butted heads and so like got me a little dazed, but I was so determined, Howard, really. This is the greatest moment of my life other than Montreal.
You realized in the 11th round you were devastating.
I knew I had to pull it out because I saw it was a dynamite fight between Hagler and Vito Antuofermo. I know for a fact that the champion with a lot of class.
Did you think it was a close fight in your mind?
Well, I knew I had the edge. I felt I had control. A couple rounds I gave to him because he did show me that he had the experience of a great champion. But I tell you, I really feel great, and I can go home with the belt around my waist.
Congratulations to you. Take a rest. Good luck. And don't be cocky. Okay, that's the story. Sugar Ray Leonard. And it has been a great fight night. First, Antuofermo with a late rally, gaining a draw, and thus retaining his middleweight crown. And then Marvin Johnson with that stunning left hook knockout, TKO of Galindez in the 11th round. And now this. The fight stopped just before the...
Just spit it right in there. Don't worry about it. Drop your hands. Be sharp. Change your angle. Give him that, hey, come on. And snap your punch.
So you saw the